Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Madison Felt, and this is teaching task number 1. So what I'm going to do to start off is read the question. So the problem is to earn some extra cash, Alex works a part-time job. Last week, he spent 2/5 of his weekly paycheck on bills and 1/3 of the remaining amount on gas. The rest of his weekly paycheck was spent on coffee and fast food. The $8 he spent on coffee was 1/5 the amount that he spent on fast food. How much money was in Alex's weekly paycheck? So I'm going to be writing out how to solve this on my whiteboard here. I apologize if it's inverted. I don't really know how to fix that. So I wrote 2/5 in bills here and then 1/3 in gas over here. And what I did first was I did tape strips or fraction tape strips, and I split it into 5 sections here. So we've got our 5 sections, and then I filled in 2 of those. So that's representative of 2/5. And you see we have 3/5 left here. And we know that 1/3 of this was spent on gas. So now we have the equation 3/5 minus 1/3. So I have that on here. And then what I did after this is I used our grid method to solve this equation. So I'll write it down again. We have 3/5 minus 1/3 over here. As you can see, I wrote it down. And now I am going to do our little boxes here. Boom, 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 boom. We'll do 2. And remember, the first one that we're starting with is always going to be partitioned vertically. So we'll partition that into 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 there. And then I'm going to fill in 3 of those for 3/5. So 1, 2, 3. So it'll look kind of like that. This is really helpful when we get later on to use different colors. Unfortunately, what I have for now is black. So the lines that I'm going to use are going to extend out further than the box so we can see what we're working with. But for now, let's represent 1/3. Since we did these vertically, we're going to partition this one into thirds horizontally. And you'll see why in just a moment. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. There's 3 here. And since we have 1/3, I'm going to fill in 1 of those. So it'll look like that. Now, what I did next is I took these 5 over here and I split this vertically 5 ways so we can tell how many thirds are in a fifth. So 1, 2, these aren't very straight lines, 3, 4, 5. If you're doing this on a straight piece of paper, it may be easier, but I did this on a whiteboard and I'm holding it. So try to make your lines as straight as possible. I know mine are a little crazy, so I'm going to try to fix them just a little bit. But as we can see here, when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 5/5 and a third. So now what we're going to do is we are going to split our 3/5 into thirds here, just like how we split our 1/3 into fifths over here. So 1, 2, 3. You can see I had the lines come out a little further so we can tell. So we know there's 5 here, and we are going to take away 5. So I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of hard to see, but I did cross out 5 of these here. So we have 4 left. And these are actually split into 15ths. So that's going to be our denominator. So 15th is down there, and we have 4 left. So we have 4 of these shaded in left. So 3/5 minus 1/3 equals 4/15. So now that we've got that in our minds, I'm going to write that. I'm going to erase, and then I'm going to write 4/15 in the corner, because that's what we know that we are working with here. For the next step, I did another fraction strip that just made it easier on my brain, and I split this up into 15ths because we're working with 15ths in our denominator here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's split up into 15. And since we have 4/15 left, I left 4 of them blank and I shaded in the rest of them. So I left it like that. So we know that we have 4/15 left over of the paycheck. This represents the entire paycheck. And this is what has been spent here. This is what we have left. This is the 4/15. So then we go on to how Alex spent $8 on coffee and how that was 1/5 the amount he spent on fast food. Excuse me. So now what I did is we will come back to that fraction strip later of 15th. But what I did then is since the $8 was 1/5 of the amount that he spent on fast food, I made a fraction strip of 5. So of fifths, excuse me. So like that. And make that a little more even. So a fraction strip of fifths here. And we know one of these is $8, right? So 1/5 is $8. So all of these are going to be $8. So 8, 8, 8, 8. We have that. That is the amount that he spent on fast food. So 5 groups of $8 equals $40. So he spent $40 on fast food. Mind you, he still spent that $8 on coffee. So $40 plus $8 right there equals $48. Now remember those 4/15 that we had. This was the amount that was equal to those 4/15. So we know that $48 equals 4/15 in this scenario. So I'll put that up at the top here. $48 equals 4/15 of the paycheck. Up there, see? Now, this is where I come back to my fraction strip of 15ths. So I'll draw this here on the bottom again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Made my fraction strips too big. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so it's not very even, but there are 15 15ths in here. So each of these represents 1/15. So we know that 4 of these equal $48. So what does one of them equal? Well, if 4 of them equal $48, then we're going to take 48 divided by 4. So we know what one group is equal to because we know what a group of 4 is equal to. So 48 divided by 4 is going to be 12. So one of these is equal to 12. So boom. If one of these equals to 12, each one of these is equal to 12. So 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. So these are all 12. But how much is this altogether? How much was his paycheck? That's when you have 12 times 15. So 12 times 15, because $12 equals one whole paycheck. And we're looking to see how much the paycheck is. So 12 times 15, I did the math for you guys. It is $180. So Alex's paycheck was equal to $180 altogether. Thank you for listening. I hope this made sense and have a wonderful day.